Welcome to Coffee with ClearScript. I'm Lynn Branch, Client Commitments Director at ClearScript, and today we're taking a look at 2025, what we accomplished, the breakthroughs that mattered, and what employer groups should expect in the year ahead. And if you're new to us, ClearScript is a PBM owned by a nonprofit health system, which means our profits don't go to shareholders. They go right back into healthcare, supporting better outcomes for the communities we serve. And with me today is Reese Puckett, Vice President of PBM Operations at ClearScript. Reese, thanks for joining today.
Thanks, Lynn. Glad to be here.
Great to have you. We're closing out 2025 and welcoming in 2026, celebrating our 20 years of transparent pharmacy benefit management. And it's been an exciting and successful year. Can you share with our listeners some of the highlights of the year? Let's start with the big picture. ClearScript saw some real growth this year. What stands out to you?
We did, Lynn. It's been a really favorable year for us. We expanded our client base significantly. We were getting more and more employer groups really across the entire country. That starts with trust. What I'm most proud of is the growth that came from delivering measurable value through the services we offer, such as pass-through pricing, transparent reporting, and even on our client survey, we had results that reflected a genuine trust in the PBM services that we offer. Employers are looking for this clarity and these type of results from a PBM, and we continue to focus on this.
Absolutely. It's clear that transparency and trust are resonating with employers. So let's talk about drug spend, always an important topic in the PBM industry and trend. Employers are certainly feeling the pressure from rising costs, especially with specialty drugs and GLP-1s. Can you help us understand what's driving these trends and how does ClearScript help?
Yeah, absolutely. Drug spend remains a major concern in this industry. Specialty drugs now are more than half of pharmacy benefit cost. And the GLP-1s, while not specialty meds, are a significant driver of overall drug trends. So as many of you know, these are the weight loss medications that we've seen rapid growth in over the last several years, and that growth continues to really flourish. Other pressures on the market relative to trust has been PBMs adding money instead of taking money out of the system, such as the recent findings from the FTC on these larger PBMs marking up generics really to drive excess revenue. And this is really disappointing to see this type of thing happening in the market because it erodes trust and really drives up those costs and adds money to the system instead of taking it away. So that FTC report really brought the issue of drug spend and trust to the forefront.
That's a lot of cost pressure for employers to absorb. So what do you think employers can do to manage costs, or what can be done to manage these costs?
Well, some of it is transparency, as we shared a little bit earlier. So employers really need to see where their money's going. If, for example, we take that FTC issue and the employer had access to network reimbursement rates, that would have spotlighted some of those cost pressures. And it could have enabled them to ask questions of their PBMs that honestly many PBMs don't want to address. This goes against the philosophy here at ClearScript, where we would rather be upfront and honest and make sure you have access to that information, so you are welcome to answer any of those questions to the PBM. Besides transparency, of course, PBMs have other levers, such as, formulary, competitive rebates, and network rates. Those all go into cost as well. And we continue to focus on the nuts and bolts of these levers, of course, to keep costs in check.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that cost control. Employers are always looking for new ways to manage pharmacy spend. Can you share a novel approach ClearScript has used in 2025 to help clients control cost?
Yeah, we unlike many PBMs, we offer alternative payment models, so patient assistance programs. This could be like PAP or other coupons from manufacturers, and we integrate these into our PBM services. So these are strategies that help members afford medications, but they also significantly reduce overall plan costs. So, unfortunately, many PBMs don't support these. So, employers really need to ask that question of their PBM because there are significant savings to be had here. We've had really great growth in these programs over the course of 25, and we expect that to be the case into 26 as well.
So you're focused on making sure employers and member have like real options, not just what's convenient for the PBM, so to speak.
Absolutely. We really our philosophy here is to support what plans need first instead of what the PBM needs. And this is really what sets us apart.
Absolutely. So let's shift to the service side. Earlier, you mentioned client surveys or client satisfaction and survey results. What drove those results for ClearScript?
It's probably a combination of things, Lynn, but one thing I would really like to point to, because I haven't seen it from other PBMs, and I've been in this business a long time, and most PBMs tend to tell you what's happening, but they don't tell you what to do about it. So in 2025, ClearScript really turned that on its head, and we've started using client data and information to inform. So this is at the client level to be able to tailor that consultation to meet the needs of that client, explaining what's happening, but also giving them solutions on what can help to improve the place that they're currently at. So we do that. The levers are we recommend new programs or plan designs that fit each client's needs. And beyond that, sometimes the benefit strategy itself can be leveraged to solve solutions as well. But we're really proud of where we've gone with this. And again, look forward to continuing this tailored client consultation to clients going forward.
Yeah, that partnership can make a real difference in outcome and satisfaction, certainly seen through our survey results.
Definitely. At the end of the day, my philosophy is that PBM's primary purpose is to be good stewards of the employer or pharmacy or that plan's pharmacy benefit. So we need to make sure the staff is healthy and has access to appropriate medicine, but also make sure we're focusing on cost effectiveness for the plan's bottom line.
Absolutely. And that's really special in an industry that's dominated by players that are pressured by outside stakeholders whose interests really demand profits, and our nonprofit ownership and business model enable us to approach pharmacy benefits in a different way. So looking ahead, what do you expect the industry to focus on in 2026, and how do you see ClearScript adapting?
Yeah, well, there have been some positive signs of decreased pressure on the drug costs, such as biosims. There will continue to be new and existing pressures there, such as the GLP-1s will continue to be heavily used. Cell and gene therapies are new, and I expect to be a major market disruptor. And of course, specialty will continue to be the putting the majority of the pressure on the drug overall spend. We are also seeing continued innovation in direct-to-consumer drug access. If you look at like Trump RX and Cost Plus, these models, while not yet proven, they are certainly disruptors that'll be interesting to watch and see how the market adopts these. Regulatory reform, of course, is always something we have to keep an eye on. There's continually new transparency rules, rebate law, and even PBM pharmacy ownership model challenges. So we're certainly watching there. And outside of that, We're starting to see some PBM models with PMPM net price guarantees. So this will certainly be another thing to watch as PBMs start taking on some of the risk relative to the overall drug spend. We are investing in tools and the knowledge to address all these challenges. So we'll be sure to be ready for what's next.
It sounds like staying adaptable is key.
Definitely. So we need to stay ahead of all these for the employers, for our plans, no matter how this landscape shifts.
Well, it really has been a great year for ClearScript, and we look forward to 2026. Continue to build on and invest in our clients' success. Thank you, Reese, for joining us today and for sharing some of the topics driving the PBM industry. That's a wrap for our recap of 2025 and insights into 2026. We're looking forward to what's ahead. And for more insights, visit our website or reach out to our team. Thank you for joining us, Reese.
Thank you, Lynn. It's been a pleasure.
All right, great. Thanks. Have a great day.